Adrian, since we didn't get to talk to you after the game, I was just wondering if you've ever had to tackle a 300-pound center, and if you thought that play was over after you made that first hit.
Um, I don't know. I haven't thought about it, but yeah, I thought the play was over, and I saw him running, and even when he was running, I still kind of thought, maybe he just picked up what I'm saying, picked it up, running. Linemen do extra stuff all the time, so I didn't know. But then once he kept running after I like put my arm out, then I was like, oh, and I tried to strip the ball, and then you know, you know, that longest was that was the longest play of the game, wasn't it? Something like that. So I know that was funny to watch.
Mark Daniels.
Hey, Adrian, good to see you.
Hey, what's up?
Good, good. You hoping at all just to see Tim Boyle, against you guys? And is there anything you can glean after seeing him, in a couple of years at practice every day and running scout stuff that could help you?
Um, Yeah, I mean, going against him in practice, he had a big arm, and you know his ability. A lot of times when you're going against a scout team quarterback, you can see what they like to do because they don't have to think too much. All you have to do is look at the cards and throw. So you get to see the abilities that they have, the things they like to do, the passes that they can make, and stuff like that. So when we go out there, just have a pretty good idea of his ability and what he's able to do.
MK Burgess.
Adrian, you got me?
Yep.
Okay. With this being the 17th game, how do you guys mentally prepare to get through a season this long, also knowing that you've got the postseason coming up after this?
It's just about locking in, and if you know your plan, you have to go out there and you have to, you know, go out there to perform. I feel like when you go out there without the right mindset, this is the NFL. Not only can you get beat, but you can hurt yourself too if you're not focused and locked in on what you need to do, and going out there and giving it 100%. So if we're going to be out there, we got to go out there and produce. I know, yeah, it's a long season. This game doesn't affect us in the standings or anything like that, but we like me, you take different things, and we want to finish the season strong as defense. So on defense, that's how I look at it. I want to finish the season strong. I want us to finish as high as we can, statistically on defense or anything like that. You just find little things like that. But first and foremost, win the game. But just other things that games within the game that you want to do, and to give yourself goals, for this upcoming week.
Mike Clemens.
I want to talk about the hit on 83 again in the third quarter because right away Collingsworth said, and it was a great legal hit. With all the restrictions you've got to be physical these days in the NFL, but player safety, is there a moment there where you've got judgment to say, I think I can do this, or does it just happen that way? And secondly, when you play football for 3.5 hours in 10-degree temperatures, does it take an extra day to get your body back?
Yeah, with the hits and stuff, yeah, the rules do try to make it hard because it's split second. But throughout my career and growing up, I've always been taught to keep my head out of it. I know a lot of a lot of things growing up is rip their head off, be physical, face mask on a football and things like that. But I've always been taught to keep my head out of it. So when I do, it's more, it's in the back of my mind, but I can't think about it too hard because then I'm going to miss plays because I've done that before. I've missed a play because I'm thinking about, all right, make sure I don't do this, make sure I don't do that. So I don't think about that part anymore. I just try my best to keep my head out of it, and then after that, whatever happens, happens. What was the second question? It was when it's cold.
Yeah, I was just take an extra day when you're out there for 3.5 hours in 10-degree temps.
Yeah, man. I mean, you feel once you thaw out, you feel some extra bumps and bruises that you really wouldn't have that you didn't feel out there because it was so cold. But I don't know. I don't know if it takes longer. Usually these cold games are at the end of the season. So everything takes a little bit longer once you get to the end of the season because it's a build up. So I don't really know. I can't really tell whether it's a which one it really is, week 17 or how cold it was.
Steve McGargy.
Just wondering, with Antonio Brown saying through his attorney yesterday that the Buccaneers wanted him to play while injured, we're just trying to get perspective from some players around the league. I'm just wondering, over the course of your career, has there ever been a time where you felt pressure to play while hurt, whether it be from a teammate, a coach, or anything like that?
That's the NFL period. Just I think a lot of people personally, you want to play too. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of times the team doesn't have to put that pressure on you. You put that pressure on yourself. But then, sometimes I guess everybody has a different situation. It's, everybody is people. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is their own person. And, his situation could have been, different from my situation or things like that. So I don't know exactly what's going on over there. But, do I believe that people put pressure on players to play? Yeah, I mean, that's within a business like this, it's always going to be certain pressures. But I don't know their thing exactly, so I won't say either way or who, would I really, agree with or know what happened because I really don't know what happened personally. But, that's a touchy subject because that's each individual person, each individual team or coach, things like that. So you can't just, blanket it as in these people do this or that person does this.
Wes?
Adrian, with Amon-Ra St. Brown, I'm just curious what you've seen on film with him, and then if there's any parallels or similarities with Equinemius and just their play styles.
They move him all around. They gave him the ball in the backfield. They feature him. Especially since Hockenson was down, and he's been getting the ball a lot more. But yeah, he's one of their best players, so that they find ways to get him. Parallels with EQ, both of them can be they're good with the ball. I saw that. I told EQ a couple weeks ago when I saw him make a couple guys miss. I was like, I didn't know you had that. You know what I'm saying? So they're used differently within different teams. Obviously, the brother from Detroit, he gets the ball a lot more than EQ had a chance to get the ball here. So you can't really, say, compare the two that much.
Ryan Wood?
Hey, Adrian, a lot of the conversation about rest versus rust is centered around Aaron and Devontae. I'm curious, as a major piece on the defensive side, where do you come down on that? With potentially 3 weeks, if you didn't play this week, do you feel like you need to play this week to stay sharp, or where do you come down on that rest versus rust?
I don't never like to use the word need because I gotta go with whatever happens type thing. You know what I'm saying? But I always want to play. I never, I'm never the guy to be like I don't. You know what I'm saying? Unless maybe some preseason games or something like that. But like if it's a regular season game, I always want to go. So it's not a thing like that. But if coach, were to make a decision that I won't, then, I'm not going to use the excuse of Russ going into the thing. I really don't think about it, that hard. I try to think of the best case scenario. So if I don't play, I'm going to say, man, I better be fresh come, when it's time to play. On the other hand, going out there, I'm going to have to go, to Detroit. So to sit there and not play would be, very frustrating for me. So, I actually want to go out there and play and get it.
MK?
Adrian, I was just curious. I was asking Preston this earlier. As you guys head into the postseason, what's the biggest strength of this defense that's going to help you guys get to that final goal that you guys are all trying to achieve? When
we all on the same page, we're lined up, we're ready to go, and everybody's on their assignments. I feel like we have everything that we need to, be a top defense, to be the top defense, to get us to that next level. So as long as we come out, we're ready, we're lining up, and we're executing. I feel like because I feel like we play physical. You know, we can cover. We can stop the run. You know, when we're on our assignments, we can do all of those things we've done in different pieces. But once we put it together and keep playing 4 quarters of football, you know, and if we got to play more. But when we put that together, I feel like we can be, you know, tough to deal with.